Welcome to Veterans Voices. I'm Emily Burris. As we approach Veterans Day, we're honoring those who served. This year, KOIN 6 was given the remarkable opportunity to travel with a group of Portland area veterans to Washington, D.C. with Honor Flight of Northwest Oregon. The nonprofit is part of a national network of dedicated volunteers working to ensure that all of America's servicemen and women have the opportunity to visit and see firsthand the monuments, museums, and memorials built in their honor. The initiative first began 20 years ago, just after construction was completed on this World War II memorial. Honor Flight founders wanted to make sure that World War II veterans had an opportunity to visit our nation's capital and experience this place. In the years since, the initiative has expanded nationwide, helping thousands of veterans from other conflicts have the same opportunity. For many on this trip, it is recognition and a thank you that is decades overdue.
Everybody's good, everyone had a good breakfast, everyone's awake.
Early on a late September morning, 21 local veterans and their loved ones arrived at PDX about to embark on the trip of a lifetime.
I'd like to welcome you to Alaska Airlines Flight 10 with service to Washington National. This is another rendition, as you can tell, of the Alaska Airlines Honor Flight. You can take a look out the window and you will see a special aircraft that we're flying over to DC today. This is the Honoring Those Who Serve aircraft of Alaska. Give all these people a round of applause here heading to DC.
That send-off, just a preview of what was waiting for them in Washington. Honor flights have become a regular fixture at D.C. airports, but for visiting veterans, it's a reception unlike anything many of them have ever received.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased on behalf of Northwest Oregon veterans coming in from Oregon.
We weren't really expecting that, or I wasn't for sure.
I wasn't either.
200 yards of people, or more than that, of them just appreciating their service. And it was pretty cool.
You know, for 40 years or more, I never talked about Vietnam. Never even talked about it.
To see the emotion now, it's cool. Yeah, very unexpected.
Most of the men on this trip served during the Vietnam War.
As many times as I've been here before, this was overwhelming. I've never felt that in years. Ever, actually. It didn't work that way when we came home.
Over the next 3 days, the group is whisked around the nation's capital, visiting a whole host of memorials and monuments built in their honor.
Monuments like this really personalize the drama of war. And, we weren't just a bunch of machines out there fighting. We were individuals, each with a story. It's all pretty intense.
Each stop an opportunity to pause and reflect on their service and sacrifice. It brings a whirlwind of emotions with reminders around every corner of those who paid the ultimate price.
This is to see all these names. It's a little overwhelming.
Jess Boycourt from Nampo, Idaho. There were 3 of them that went in together, and Rusty's the only one that didn't come back. He was just a young guy, and had his whole life ahead of him, but he gave it for his country.
Outstanding young man, like a brother.
He had a wife and 2 kids, and so those kids will go all their lives never see their dad. And then the wife and the parents. Pretty big loss.
It's like pride and sorrow together.
I just kind of dreamed of someday being here just to add, I guess, closure. It's just soothing to be able to see your friend's name. When you know someone like that who really believes in this country and has the values that all of these men had, to know that this wall will be here long after us, it is comforting.
It's worth the fight.
It's also humbling.
I think this is the most unsung hero, though, in our generation, the Vietnam vet.
You just didn't go around talking about this stuff for fear of reprisals. My sister was a teacher at Stanford University, and she said, "Come and visit me, but don't wear that uniform." And this was 1968 in the summer, just don't wear that thing.
Right or wrong, they stood by their commitment. And that's what it was really all about.
This is a flag flown over the Capitol, and we just want to thank you for your service so much for that on behalf of the Oregon delegation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When I was here before, we didn't have time to see any of these things.
Glad to see you. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you. Welcome home.
The appreciation comes not only from everyday Americans, but also from state lawmakers.
It's not lost on me every day that I get to fly on an airplane, come here, and we're able to stand here today with the freedoms that have become fundamental to who we are as a nation.
All that you've done to keep our freedom so special, and not just on the battlefield. When I see it at town meetings, when I see it at Fred Meyer, I see it at a community cleanup, that's the best of all of you.
A lunch with the Oregon congressional delegation, followed by a tour of the Capitol building, brings many issues into focus, namely support for veterans after their time in the service, assisting in the transition back to civilian life, and offering better access to both mental and physical health care in the years to come. Stepping into these storied halls they helped defend, the conversation continues about the work still to be done.
And trying to make sure that we actually give you what is owed and deserved, right?
If they call us up again, we'll go.
I know you will. I know you will.
We have much more coming up from our time here in Washington, D.C., but first, Honor Flight of Northwest Oregon spent time at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial 50 years after the fall of Saigon and the end of the war. Other veterans have found healing by returning to Saigon with a nonprofit called Vietnam Battlefield Tours. Jeremy Hubbard has more from one of their recent trips.
This is the reunification palace in Saigon, where the communists came through the front gate with a tang and took over the government.
The veterans we've returned to Vietnam with fought hard to keep enemy troops out of this city and away from South Vietnam 50 years ago. Some of them nearly paid with their lives, like Tex Steitler.
I was shot on the 21st of September 1967, shot under the jaw and out the mouth. What saved me was I was talking, which was pretty regular deal. Yeah.
He can joke about it now because these days tensions are gone. In their place, tourists. Vietnam has changed monumentally over the decades, a change he's witnessed firsthand.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes to look outside.
He's been here dozens of times as part of a nonprofit he co-founded with his Vietnam veteran buddies 20 years ago. Their mission, to return veterans of the Vietnam War back to the war zone.
I knew that it's beneficial for veterans to return. You know, some choose not to, but those that do come, it's a benefit.
He knows the benefit firsthand.
I used to have a nightmare, and it was all the time. The nightmare was real, except the end of it. Yeah, we were on a patrol, and someone gets hit, and that part was real. The part that was not real was I would try to reach out and bring him back, and I never could bring him back, you know, and that was emotional, because I knew the guy. But after coming back here, it's gone away.
My first tour, I got 900 combat hours in this.
His friend and fellow vet, Bob Monette, helps lead these tours too. Bob flew these kind of helicopters during 2 combat aviation tours in Vietnam.
And what's really rewarding is when you get a combat veteran and his wife and their children back to where their grandpa fought. It's part of the healing process. Because back then we didn't have time to cry. I only cried one time, 2 tours. When my buddy got shot down with an SA-7 and he took it all the way to the ground on fire. And after they threw him in the back of the Huey, I said, hey, they're okay. My co-pilot and I burst into tears. Every day we would fly from Benoit here.
Who knew the country that brought them so much pain 50 years ago could bring so much fulfillment in the years since?
You know, you hug up, there's some tears, it's a good thing, good feeling. You know, I see some relief. I can see it in their face when we get them to that special spot and things are okay.
While the veterans on this honor flight are getting to visit different national military memorials and museums, there's an exciting new space that anyone can visit back home. After a more than 15-year closure, the Oregon Military Museum is now reopened with 4 brand new exhibits. Todd Unger shows us inside.
Take a walk with us through the Oregon Military Museum, a step into the past with an eye toward the future.
I just can't wait to have more people through the doors. Yes, we are a military museum, but we are really a history museum about Oregonians.
Director Kathleen Sliger is always on the move here.
Those are Oregonians, members of the 41st Infantry Division.
There's a lot to see, all packed into 32,000 square feet of adventure.
Oh yeah, the aircraft is very popular. People love the F-86, and it is definitely a huge draw.
The museum at Camp Withicum is fully back open after a $13 million redo that took more than 15 years.
People who think it's just tanks, helicopters, that's not the case.
That is so not the case.
There's an art gallery, an arms room featuring more than 200 weapons, and even a wall of valor honoring Oregon's most distinguished veterans, Medal of Honor recipients.
It's important to come in and to remember that they are just like you and I. They are our neighbors. They are the person checking you out at the grocery store. Everyone has a background, and we showcase that background and that service component together.
Every generation is represented, and nearly 30 volunteers lend their time so families can appreciate a piece of state history that makes Oregon proud.
The Oregon Military Museum at Camp Withicum is open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can learn more about it right now on KOIN.com. This is the Lone Sailor. He stands at the United States Navy Memorial along Pennsylvania Avenue in testament to all the brave men and women who have served, are currently serving, and will serve in the United States Navy. In Portland, a Navy pilot continues her service, training people with developmental disabilities. Kathleen Disney says the teamwork required in the military helps her lead her team at Goodwill. Mia Villanueva has her story.
Patience, teamwork, and motivation. That is what Kathleen Disney says it takes to do her job as an assistant director of vocational services at Goodwill. For over a decade, Kathleen has been helping people with physical and intellectual disabilities in Oregon find jobs and a sense of belonging in their communities.
You feel like you're doing something for the good of all, and being here also feels like the people that we're helping to support, we feel very much like we are trying to help our communities.
The magnitude of the job is not lost on Kathleen. Neither is what prepared her for it.
Trying to help people understand what it is that they're doing and why it's so worthwhile. Because really being in the military has a little bit of that altruistic bent in it.
Before her time with Goodwill, Kathleen served with the U.S. Navy as a pilot for 11 years, flying helicopters on several missions, including a deployment to the first Gulf War in 1991. She retired from the Navy as a lieutenant commander in '95.
There weren't obviously not very many women, and it really came down to doing your job really well.
Kathleen was one of few women accepted into the Navy's flight school in the 80s. During her time on active duty, of the 12,000 naval aviators, only 2% were women. Kathleen was one of them, proving there is no ceiling to what we can achieve. It's a sentiment she hopes is carried on through the work she does now.
Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Understand that people have so much to offer, and the learning curve is never flat.
Though few things compare to protecting your country from the sky, Kathleen says she's found her purpose all the same.
I'm grateful for the people I work with, I'm grateful for the people I work for, and I'm grateful for the people that we help, because it gives a lot of meaning to life.
The U.S. Marine Corps War Memorial is better known to many as the Iwo Jima, depicting the iconic 1945 photograph of 6 Marines raising the U.S. flag on Mount Suribachi during World War II. This memorial is dedicated to every Marine that has served our country since the Revolutionary War. A veteran Marine's latest mission is comfort food, opening a restaurant where veterans, members of the military, teachers, and first responders come first. Elizabeth Den stopped into John Jackson's downtown Portland restaurant, Heroes American Cafe.
So, John, take me back to when Heroes American Cafe was an idea. How did that come about?
Sure. Back around 2014, I left corporate America, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? So I kind of took a mix of my background. Previously, I was in the restaurant business, and then with my military, I wanted to do something that kind of honored first responders, and so they came up with this idea: community, first responders, good food, and just put it all together.
You put it all together because it represents you in many ways, and that comes out on your menu as well.
I took a lot of the things from traveling around and growing up in different parts of the country and kind of put them on the menu and kind of created our own thing. So for instance, our caveman burger, that's kind of dedicated to Grants Pass because that's caveman country. So we created this burger called a caveman.
This is, I would say, a crowd favorite amongst our burgers. It's got our quarter-pound beef patty, cheddar cheese, crispy bacon. This one we added fried egg to, which is a popular choice.
Oh my goodness.
And barbecued carnitas as well. All right, so this here is one of our featured specials we have right now. It's gonna be buffalo fried chicken atop our Caesar salad with some blue cheese crumbles in there as well.
And what do we have right here? This looks good too.
This is going to be one of our more popular sandwiches. It is our turkey bacon avocado. It has our herb ciabatta bread from the Portland French Bakery. And it is served with our beer battered fries.
And this is one of your popular dishes.
This is probably our most popular sandwich.
Okay, and then what is this mountain of nachos?
This is our loaded nachos grande. This one has ground beef. It's got our house-made guacamole on it, pico de gallo, some refried black beans, sour cream, and nacho cheese.
Veterans, active duty military, teachers, and first responders get 10% off when dining at Heroes American Cafe. And if you're ever in Medford, John has a restaurant there by the same name as well.
After 3 days of tours, sightseeing, museums, and many thank yous, there's one final surprise waiting for the Veterans with Honor Flight of Northwest Oregon. Notes of gratitude from family, friends, even strangers. Small gestures with big heart, leaving a lasting impact.
Sailors, airmen, soldiers, and Marines, fallen for mail call.
Frank Davis.
Where's Bruce?
John Gordon.
Though this mission spans only 4 days in real time, it has been a journey. A journey marked by reflection, camaraderie, and resilience. It has stirred memories of friendships, some lost, and others simply faded with time. Memories of humanity at its worst and at its very best.
Lynn Porter.
Memories of fear, faced head-on, and bravery, both witnessed and lived. Memories of long nights, distant thoughts, and hearts yearning for home. You went to sleep and awoke thinking of loved ones, wondering when the next letter might arrive. The letters that gave you hope, that tether you to something steady, something real.
I took a lot of sunset pictures.
Many of you carried those letters through deployments, worn and folded, tucked in rucksacks, Bibles, and pockets, lifelines to home. And now, even though this mission is shorter, it is no different. For many of you, it's been years since you've been away this long. And just like before, your loved ones wait, eagerly counting the moments until your safe return.
This is like everybody in my family, you know, this is amazing.
This is amazing. It's like almost as fun getting away from home when you're overseas. It's just, gosh, I cry.
Mail call may be symbolic here, but the connection it represents, that's eternal. Your service, your sacrifice, and your stories are not forgotten. Carry them home. Know we are grateful. Know your stories matter. Know the ties that bind remain unbreakable. Carry that truth with pride. Carry it home.
I'd like to ask everybody to stand up and give them a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Has this surpassed expectations?
Oh, blew everything out of the water. Just, it's been a thrill, you know, a thrill and a huge weight lifted off of me personally.
I've actually been able to talk about it some. My kids, I don't think they even knew I was there because I never talked about it. You know, it's just like, I didn't want to go there. I just didn't want to talk about it. Too many bad memories.
I'm sure all my brothers here are too, still in the battle, except we're not battling over there. We're battling
the VA and denying us pension, compensations, and for something that happened 45, 50 years ago, we still not getting compensation, still denied, So we're still in some kind of a struggle. But I think this gives me hope to keep pushing.
Veterans are given this opportunity at no cost to them. Trips are volunteer run and funded by donations. The chance to say thank you in ways that words sometimes can't.
Homeward bound. Non-stop.
Thank you once again. If let us let these veterans know that we do appreciate them by giving them a round of applause.
Thank you.
Present.
The trip of a lifetime for a life of service.
I'll do this over and over again until I'm fully healed.
Thank you for joining us for Veterans Voices. You can learn much more about the stories you saw tonight and see more from around the country right now on KOIN.com. And to our veterans and all those who've served, thank you for your service.
We leave you now with a moment of reflection, a changing of the guard ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery, in which our local veterans laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
The ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard.
Oh, and order from Dana's director. Order. Acknowledge. Present